Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Revolution. For so many days now, we've been talking about how to shine our light in such a way that people would see our good works and glorify God. This is our instruction from Jesus Christ. What are those good works? We've already talked about many of them. One of the good works that we're going to talk about today is found in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. He says, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him it will be opened. Or what man is there among you who, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? And if he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him?" As I said, one of the greatest things that we can do is show that our life is one of total dependence upon God. He tells us whatever it is that we have need of, that we ask him. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes whenever we ask God for something, he doesn't give it to us right away. That's because he has something more in mind that he is wanting to show us. And that's where Jesus says, "Seek and you will find." There's nothing more perplexing than going to God in faith, asking for something, and not seeing it manifested in our lives. Whenever that happens, he says, trust that God is trying to show you something else, or trust that God is trying to show you a better way. Seek him for what he is wanting to do. You know, Jesus uses the instruction here, or the example here, that if anyone asks for a fish, he will give, if one asks for a fish, will he give his son a serpent? Well, no, he says, you're a good father. If your son asks you for fish, you're not going to give him a snake. But many times, we can turn it around the other way. If you ask for a snake, God's not going to give you the snake, but he is willing to give you the fish. And many times we come to God because we don't know everything. We come to God and we ask for something that may not be according to his will. And so he doesn't answer us right away, so that we will seek him and find out what his will is in the situation. And sometimes it seems like whenever we're seeking him that God's barricaded himself behind a door and isn't even listening. And he says, in those times, begin to knock on the door and he will open it. You see, God is all about bringing us to maturity. And if all we can do is say, give me, give me, give me, and expect it to be given, we're not really doing ourselves that much good. We're not growing. He wants us to learn him and to learn his ways, to be able to discern good and evil, and to be able to ask him for things that are according to his will. So my encouragement to you today is be the light of Christ by showing that you are a man or a woman or a child who is totally dependent upon God, and that you ask him for what he wants to give you, and you will receive. Grace and peace, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.